But guys, today I am reviewing a cigar that holds a very fond place in my heart. And that is the Casa Cueva Sangre Nueva Double Perfecto. The reason why this cigar holds a very huge sentimental value for me is because I'm just going to show you guys a clip. That right there is why this cigar means a lot to me. The fact that not only did Luis Cuevas of Casa Cuevas welcome me and my friends to his own home, but I had the amazing opportunity to smoke a Sangre Nueva with Luis Cueva and to also enjoy that side by side with my friend Innocent, my friend Martin. This by far is a cigar that I hold close to my heart. With that being said, all that amazingness is out the window. It stays behind that door. Those memories does not enter this door because this is strictly a review. Yes, this cigar means a lot to me, but I'm able to replace that feelings and just keep it strictly between you and me. You guys who are watching this and me. You can smell. The cigar is just, it's a barbecue. This cigar is a barbecue. We have this campfire, God, mystique, charred, woodsy, and sweetness just from the wrapper. One thing I do suggest if you do smoke the cigar, and if you are in an enclosed area, such as myself, do your best to spray your room down with mint. Get yourself like a mint essential oil or something that has a mint scent to it, which I have right here. The reason why I'm saying that is because this cigar contains something called KFC, Kentucky Fire Cured. Yes, there's only 2% of that tobacco in the filler, but that KFC is what gives it that charred campfire mystique scent, aroma, and even taste notes. It's so minor amount, but it changes the whole characteristic of the cigar, even though it's so minor. Oof. I just felt like I took a bite off of like barbecue chicken off of just like the grill. Like it was in the grill at low temp, smoking in there for a little while, and just took a bite of that barbecue chicken. No, not barbecue. I would say sweet barbecue or like honey barbecue. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, making sure everything's working out well. Let's light up. I'll give you info about the cigar, then the background, and then the review.
Everything that we love is temporary. Please remember me when I'm dead and I'm buried. My mind just wants to be free. Wants to be free.
Bottom band has been removed. The bottom band says Cameroon, and I'll get into that in a second. I'm gonna give a few more puffs and then do the retro. Because usually the first few puffs, it's just it trying to activate and doesn't give you really the profile you want. Oh my God. That retro. Ooh wee. Barbecue Central. It's just like I went to a cookout. Fuck, that's spicy. But it's so fucking nice. Woo! Bomb of flavors. Bomb of flavors. Remember, no personal feelings with this review. Just get that mindset off my brain. All right, let's start with the information about the cigar. This is a double Perfecto. That's what this size of the cigar is. A doble Perfecto. Woo! There's a little chocolate note in there too. But I'm getting carried away by the flavor. This is a 6x58 when it comes to the Vitola. So the double Perfecto or doble Perfecto is a 6x58. And the MSRP of this bad boy is $14.75. So with this cigar, it is loaded with various of different types of tobacco into it. Just to start off with the wrapper. The wrapper is a Cameroon Ecuadorian. So that's what you have in the outer shell. You have the Cameroon Ecuadorian. Inside of the wrapper is the binder. The binder is a Corojo, Honduras. Then, as you see, with the filler inside, which still needs little tweaks to burn correctly, you have Dominican tobacco, you have Nicaraguan tobacco, and two variations of U.S. tobacco. One of them being Pennsylvania Broadleaf, other one being Kentucky Fire Cured, which is only 2% of the filler. That 2% is basically as equal as when grandma cooks or when mom cooks and she sprinkles her little secret little seasoning to the dishes and it just makes it immaculate. That is what Alex Cuevas did to this cigar. Rick, you mentioned Luis Cuevas and then mentioning Alex Cuevas. Who are these people? I'll get into that. Let me give you one last bit of information about the cigar, which is cool that we know because we have close relations with Casa Cuevas. And the Sangre Nueva line is supposed to be a regular production, but unfortunately, due to limitation of having Cameroon tobacco, this project will be on hiatus for maybe 2-3 years. But in due time, it will make a resurgence. Meaning, if you see any Sangre Nuevas, I would suggest if this review intrigues you, try your best to get your hands onto it, because once the remainders of whatever is left of Sangre Nueva is sold, there will be no more to replace it until production comes back to being normal or they get their hands on more Cameroon tobacco. That is all I can offer when it comes to the information of the cigar itself. Now, for the next part, let's get into the background. After that, strictly review. Let me give you a fast history of Casa Cuevas and this particular cigar. The reason why I'm mentioning Alec is because this is his first official solo launch on his family's brand, Casa Cuevas. The thing that makes this cigar and also Alex so amazing is that he is the 5th generation of the Casa Cueva cigar brand. Casa Cueva started in the early 1900s by Juan Cuevas. In other words, that's Alex's great-great-grandfather. That's how far back Casa Cuevas goes. And Juan Cuevas was an immigrant in the Pinar del Rio region of Cuba. As time continued, Juan Cuevas settled down and started a family. And thus, the second Casa Cueva owner was born, which was Juan Cuevas Jr. But when Juan Jr. took the reins, an unfortunate situation happened, which was the Cuban Revolution, which unfortunately their family was pushed out of Cuba, which they ended up going to the Dominican Republic to continue their cigar franchise. Juan Jr. continued their ventures from Cuba to Dominican Republic, and the factory they used to cultivate the tobacco was Tabacalera Las Lavas. Then again, as time passed on, that is when the third generation of Casa Cueva owner came to be, and that was Luis Cuevas. For the third time passed on, Luis Cuevas as well started the family, and that's when the fourth generation came to be for the Casa Cueva brand, and that is Luis Cuevas Jr., making the third generation Luis Cuevas Sr. With Luis Cuevas Jr. taking the reign, he decided to have his son a little bit more involved, which again, I kind of passed that time skip because yes, Luis Cuevas Jr. also took his time to settle down and start a family. And the son that is now taking over the Casa Cuevas name is his son, Alec Cuevas. But before Alec Cuevas even touched his own line for the first time, he and his father, Luis Cuevas Jr., decided to team up and make a cigar line called the Patrimonial. After that collaboration between father and son, Luis Cuevas Jr. decided to hand the mantle and pass the torch to his son. That being said, Alec Cuevas is officially the fifth generation of the Cuevas family when it comes to the Casa Cueva brand. Mind-blowing, because you hear that kind of stuff with all these other companies, but for some reason, Casa Cuevas is just on the sideline. But they're 5 generations in, and after the mantle was passed onto Alec, he decided to do this cigar line. And as I'm smoking it, as I'm reviewing it, for those who have enjoyed it, you know how amazing the cigar is. But that is the full history of Casa Cuevas, and that's the history of how this cigar was made. This was Luis Cuevas entrusting his son to continue the family legacy. I think for his first attempt, he knocked it out of the park. That is all there is to the history of this cigar. Now let's sit back, relax, and start to pick the cigar apart. Before I mention spicy, I forgot to mention that that's black pepper. And for the first third, so far I wrote down campfire, barbecue, chocolate, black pepper, mystique. I'm also going to throw in charred meat. It has that charred taste to it. Like you just got like either chicken off the grill or like pork chops off the grill, or even it has that taste. Like it's just meat that has been smoked or charred from the grill. There's even like a little hints of espresso in it. The only issues I'm having with the cigar, unfortunately, is that it kind of canoes. So I'm trying my best to rotate the cigar as I'm smoking it, but it seems to constantly canoe. Before I nosedive into review status only, there is 3 different Vitolas of the cigar line. You have the Robusto, you have the Toro, and the Double Perfecto. The Robusto is 4 3/4 by 52 at the MSRP of $13. Then you have the Toro, which is a 6 by 52 at $13.50 MSRP. And lastly, I already discussed the Perfecto. Those are the 3 lines you can acquire in the Sangre Nueva line. Just to give you guys a little bit of significance of the name Sangre Nueva, those who don't know, Sangre Nueva means new blood. So I think that is a badass name for a person to come out with the very first cigar. Knowing that they're the 5th generation of the family business, this cigar line is called Sangre Nueva, new blood. That's exactly what Alec Cuevas is. He is the newest blood to take over the mantle of the Casa Cueva brand. Now, review time. All right, as I look past that smokiness and campfire, there's a little bit of earth and leather. Just for the first third of a cigar, the notes you get from this is campfire, barbecue, chocolate, black pepper, smoked meat, espresso, earth, and leather. That is a bomb of flavor. A third of those flavor notes comes from the 2% of Kentucky Fire Cured. That goes to show that a little bit comes a long way. 2% of Kentucky Fire Cure is in the cigar. And that makes it this delicious. I want to correct myself. I keep on saying mesquite, but it's mesquite. That's what I meant. Mesquite. That's the notes I'm getting, mesquite. But I'm definitely halfway into the cigar. And the flavors are consistent. With actually that charred smoked meat is starting to be more prominent. While everything else is kind of like taking not a huge step back, but just a minor one step. Just a little, real quick. Nothing too far back. This is the line. Instead of taking it back right here, they're like right here. Every other note just took a small little step back, while that smoked meat went a little bit like this. As I'm halfway into my review, I do want to point out that this cigar does not need any more corrections. That first third, for some reason, had a lot of canoeing issues. Now it's becoming a little bit more consistent. Flavor wise, like I stated, everything is still consistent, with everything just being slightly less when it comes to the mesquite, and everything else kind of chilled. Even the black pepper content kind of dulled down a little bit. I'm noticing some type of floral aspect to it, and some type of baking spice. As everything dulled down, I get to finally taste the cigar properly, because that first third was aggressive. I love aggressive flavors with cigars. The fact that this was just a punch in the mouth of just flavor, smoke, charred, just barbecue, sweetness, all, like everything. Now all that is still there, but it just simmered down. Now I'm getting components of cigars that you typically get from your standard cigars. I'm getting that earth. I'm getting very tads of tiny bits of leather. I'm getting this floral component and this baking spice component. So I am unfortunately at the point where I had to remove the ban. It's sad because I know this is limited, but I'm doing this for you guys. And I'm pretty sure the cigar is transitioning into the last third, because that last retrohale, the black pepper was basically not there. It's there, but it's just so subtle at this point where there's not much left. The black pepper really died down a lot. Now you're getting a lot more floral. You also have that this peanut, slightly nuttiness to it. All the flavors I mentioned in the beginning, the first third, that was completely dominating my palate, are now becoming the middle characteristics. Everything that was very hidden in the back is now approaching the front of the cigar. And that is floral, leather, earth, baking spice. That's what I'm getting a lot now with that nuttiness. I'm even getting some type of cedar. There's a slight woody content to the cigar. It's mellowing out a lot. And I feel like this cigar is perfect. It's like a bonfire. If you ever had the opportunity, or maybe there's a lot of people out there, most people who do enjoy cigars tend to have a nice backyard. And during the summertime, I know a lot of people who have their own property. They take the liberty to create a little stone wall, like a little stone fire pit. They put their cedars and their sticks and whatever they have, either from trees in their area that naturally fell from winds. I think the perfect time to smoke the cigar is to set up your fire pit during the summertime, kick back, and just relax. That's what I'm getting from the cigar. That first third is being a freight train of flavors to now it completely simmering down as you end your day. That's what I think this cigar is. This is perfect. A little fire pit moment. As I approach the final aspects of the cigar, I'm going to start my rating system. So let's get into construction. As of right now, there is not much of a canoeing aspect to the cigar. Smoke output is nice. Draw is great. There's no stress to the whole component of it. But that first third was canoeing a lot. So with that being said, I'm going to give the construction a 6. I'm not too sure because of the Vitola, which caused that horrible canoeing in the beginning, which it did even out towards the middle. and towards the end. With that issue, I'm going to give the construction a 6. When it comes to taste note, I'm going to give it a 7.5. The reason why I'm giving it a 7.5 is because it starts off extremely flavorful, just boom, just bursts of flavors, boom, boom, boom. That first third was just insane when it comes to taste notes. And then it completely just nosedive down towards the end. Yes, that floral note is nice. That nuttiness is nice. The earth taste notes is amazing. Everything else is nice. But the thing that made the cigar unique, the smoked meat, that barbecue, that sweetness, is now just decimated. It's just gone. It's very, very on the background of the retro and just regular puffing of the cigar. What made the taste notes of the cigar so unique is now a background player from basically halfway into the cigar to the very end. To me, it's still a delicious cigar, but to me, with the notes that made it very attractive being gone, kind of ruins the experience in a sense. But that is my thoughts, and that is my rating of the Casa Cueva Sangre Nueva Double Perfecto. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's review. I'm currently to the road of 1,000 subs. The main reason why I want to hit that milestone is because I have a cigar in my humidor of a signed Cohiba Spectre of Sean Williams. I've been trying to find a good reason to bust that cigar out to review it, and I think hitting 1,000 would be the perfect opportunity to open up that tube and review that cigar. So if you do want me to review that cigar, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share my page around. I tend not to say this in my videos. I'm like almost 30 videos in, and this is my first time mentioning subs and likes and this, because I want to be organic. I also want you guys to be part of my family and join me on this journey of me reviewing all these cigars and even commenting, because I want to get to know you guys as well. But on that note, this will conclude my review. And as always, I love your faces, and I'm out. Peace.